In this video I will show you the maintenance of the Hypro. We start with the greasing points that have to be greased every day. That's the crane, there, and the grab. Then on the head, the knives, the reels have greasing points there. Then there. That was it. That's the points that you have to grease every day, and every second day you have to do the whole machine. So you have to grease the telescope, and when you turn it back in, this side has to be free so it can suck the grease in there. It's very important. You have greasing points there, and then the back. The grab is also every second day, and every second day this cylinder, or the cylinders, also their cylinder in there and back there. And interesting, on that side we get that where the greasing point was on the other side, so you have to go back there and we changed that, so this is on the front. This thing is also every day. Every second day is the measuring wheel. It's also every second day. Then we have this is every second day, and we grease every second day the front hydraulics and the front axle. Also important of the maintenance is the torsion of the chain. This has to be very tight, nearly 3-4 millimeters. That the chain is sharp. You see, when it's not sharp, it tears off the tools. And an issue this we have, the customer says, we don't want to have this problem, that when you have these little branches and they lay in this area, they take out the chain of the bar, and so the chain went off. This happens nearly once a day. And back there's a little hose for the oil supply for the bar, for the chain. And when the chain goes off, it hits this the big housing and this little housing. I hope you see that. And when the chain goes off, it's damaging the hose. So we make cable straps on there. So when the chain goes off, it tears off the cable straps, and the hose isn't damaged, and the chain also gets damaged. Because when you make a metal plate on this side or everything, and the chain goes off, it hits the metal plate or the other metal parts. You see that, or maybe that. So you're damaging the chain very much, and so you have to sharp it for 20 minutes or something, and that's not that good. So we let that be. And some other issues is when this gets too dirty, it don't see anything here, and under there's a dirt, and when too much dirt in there, the wheel can't get in, so you have to clean that as well. Yeah. Here we have our new hose. That was the old system. Not really strong. So we changed that to a bigger one. And the chain go off the second time after that bigger tree. So I went to the city to get 2 new hoses because I can't get the old version in because I have no chopper rings. They're not the right chopper rings. I'm gonna drive home and get the right chopper rings or drive to the city and buy new hoses, 2 for 50 bucks. It's the same time and cheaper because changing that back is taking more time. And if I break this new hose, I can build in the other new one so I can drive this maybe this day and maybe the next day, and then I think I'm finished here in this area. After I showed the problem with the hose, I had another issue. I turned the bar to the other side, so maybe that's the reason, because the hose exploding because I turned the bar, and the second oil hole is always blocked with dirt, and you need a little drill to get this dirt out, but I have no drill. So I thought maybe the Hypro can make it with the hydraulic pressure, but he didn't make it. And maybe that's the reason why the hose is exploding. But the hose was maybe leaking because I built in the new hose and the oil supply was way better. So I have to turn it a little bit back to not losing that much oil. And after I replaced the hose, the chain go out on the top again after 3 trees. So I push it back in, make another 2 trees. Then it popped out again. I push it back in, make another 3 trees, and then it getting out on the top again. And after that, I'm putting it back again, and then getting the right torsion on that. And after that, third chain back in tipping. After that, I drive for nearly 2 or 3 hours with no problem, because I look much for that there are no little branches there. I don't know if the little branches get in between there and then get between the bar and the chain. I don't know that exactly, you don't see that. That's very fast. And I had made the mistake that little branches was there in this area again, and the chain popped out immediately. So it's more a problem that you have to clear this area with the tree you're moving in and out. Yeah. And later that night I hit a big branch ring of the log, and the bar gets stuck and the chain went out on the bottom side. But I can fix it with letting the tree to the ground, that the tree moves a bit in this direction so the bar can go back, and then I push the chain back again, back in again. And now I sharp it. And this morning I do the little maintenance, only the crane and the head, and also sharp the chain now with a smaller sharper thing, you know. Sharp it with a smaller one from the diameter. And as you see, now we're on a very aggressive look like. And now the tooth has a better, but it's cutting better, I think. May you see it in the video that we are cutting easier when you have much, when you need much power to cut the trees, it's also not good for the chain. This is also a reason why the chain pops off completely. And another issue that we also had was a big issue was in 2016, I think, or 17, that my dad and my sister connect the Hypro with the tractor, and they don't see that this housing, this little, we taped that, went in this montage frame and the lower link. So when the lower link moves to this side or this side and then closes the hose, and the oil can't run through that, and then the problem arises that the bar isn't coming out of the house. The chain was running, but the bar don't come out there. And it's not good when you have a machine that can do liming trees and cutting that in pieces, but it can't cut it. So do this with a chainsaw is not good the whole day. And this was the dad was driving this year. Dad mostly drives. This year I had the journey to drive, but he called me, hey, the bar didn't go out. He said, when the chain is running, the bar also won't go out, because it's the same wheel that control that movement. And there were some little wheels under the head that you can adjust the movement of the bar. And yeah, this was another big problem, because this hose, this is the big ones, is one is supply and one is the retour. One is for the pressure, and this is also a retour hose. The back running, I don't know the right word in English, but when you don't connect this clear or good, and this gets stuck, or this one, the big one, gets stuck in there and get pressed. When you have to change this one, the big one, needs also more time, because changing the connectors back, getting off the front, and then disassembling maybe a bit of the hydraulic system in there is not that good. But that are the common issues that we had. The chain pops out very often, or not that day, but when it's pop off every day, it's bad, because after 6 chain go off, the hose is dead. So they have 6 lives, and after these 6 lives, the hose is dead and they need a new hose. And we changed that new version once, I think, because I had this issue once before that, and I don't know, or maybe we had a second hose and built that in and have the old one also as reserve. I don't know that exactly, can't remember that, but the whole other machine is working fine. And I think the harvester, the real harvester, has also the same issues with the chain and the bar, and have only the most issues there, and the other machine also functioning very well. So it's nearly the same like the harvester. And yeah, I hope you liked the video, and yeah, give a like, and if you're interested in this machine, search for the dealer that are located in the next area you live, so you get information over that machine. Very well working machine. Doing all this by hand is not the best. So bye, thanks for watching, and stay safe.